Back here at home after years of delays, congestion pricing is finally here. The first in the nation toll is in full effect in New York City. Drivers who travel to the so-called Central Business District of Manhattan now have to pay. During peak hours, which is 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekdays, passenger cars will be charged a $9 fee. Trucks, depending on size, will pay anywhere from $14 to almost $22, and motorcycles will be charged $4.50. For off-peak hours, cars will be charged $2.25, trucks between $3 and $6, motorcycles $1.50. We've got live team coverage on this first full day of congestion pricing. Natalie Duddridge spoke to some people who are drastically changing their commute to avoid the toll. Christina has a reaction from New Jersey drivers. Let's begin with transportation reporter Elijah Westbrook on how the commute went on the Upper East Side this morning. Elijah?
Hey there, good afternoon to you, Chris. Well, so far, other than the snow falling at this hour, it's been a win for the MTA, which we know will be greatly impacted in a good way, financially speaking, by congestion pricing. It's the drivers who we know will be impacted the most, paying that $9 fee to enter the Central Business District following the launch of this tolling program. It's the second day of congestion pricing, and drivers on Manhattan's east side aren't shy of expressing their thoughts on this controversial program. How are you feeling this morning?
Oh, it's horrible. I'm not sure about it.
I was just telling my wife that, I can't.
No, I'm not gonna you're not gonna bring me to work no more because
I can't take it to work.
The system is set up to charge most drivers $9 at peak hours between 5 a.m. and 9 p.m. weekdays and from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekends. It's $2.25 overnight. Drivers taking the Holland or Lincoln tunnels would get a $3 rebate at peak hours only. Taxi riders will pay a new 75-cent surcharge, but it's double if you take an Uber or Lyft, and trucks are paying the most. The largest will have to dish out $21.60 at peak.
We are charged at higher rates than passenger vehicles, and we are charged per trip instead of per day. So the costs for this to our industry are going to be significant.
Supporters of congestion pricing believe the pros are far greater than the cons. The system is not only said to help fund the MTA's large-scale projects impacting millions of riders, but also reduce emissions and relieve congestion, hence the name.
Buses are slower than walking in much of Midtown. We want to see if that can be improved.
Still, the plan remains controversial.
I came from New Jersey, so crossing the Lincoln Tunnel and all that stuff is bad.
And back out here live, so if you haven't at this point, now would be a good time to check the status of your Easy Pass account, because that is what's going to save you the most amount of money, really, at this point. It's $9 again to enter the Central Business District, but if you don't have the Easy Pass, it'll cost you $13.50. It's the very latest at this time from Manhattan's east side. Elijah Westbrook, CBS News, New York.
Okay, Elijah, thank you. New Jersey drivers also braved their first morning commute with the new toll. CBS New York crews captured their trip over the GWB. Looked like smooth sailing on both sides this morning. It was the same situation at the Lincoln Tunnel. Smooth sailing. New Jersey drivers are paying even more after Port Authority chose this past weekend to hike its prices at bridges and tunnels. Christina continues our team coverage. She's live at the Holland Tunnel with more reaction from drivers. I can only imagine what that reaction has been. Christina.
Hey there, Chris. Well, we all know that congestion pricing has been highly unpopular in New Jersey from the get-go, with many suburban commuters feeling like they're being punished over the MTA's mismanagement of funds. But even those people can't deny today that the morning commute, like you said, Chris, was relatively smooth and successful. But many attribute it to drivers wanting to avoid the snowy weather rather than the tolls. From the Holland to the Lincoln to the GWB, congestion pricing appeared to have its desired effect Monday morning as traffic flowed quickly. But even the most painless commute couldn't wipe the pained look from drivers' faces.
There is some possibility of hope as far as traffic and congestion, but still, I mean, the fees are too high every day.
That's crazy. It's ridiculous, you know. But what can we do? We have no choice.
New Jersey drivers were hit by a double whammy Monday morning. On top of congestion pricing, the Port Authority coincidentally chose the same weekend to hike the price of its bridges and tunnels by 3%. That means a peak hour trip into the city will now cost $22.06. That's $6.68 more than before.
It's going to steer people away from going to New York. It's just ridiculous. It doesn't make sense.
New Jersey lawmakers tried until the very last minute to derail the plan, but but had no success, leaving New Jersey commuters crunching the numbers, figuring out if they should switch from driving to taking the train.
Once they start paying it and they get that first credit card bill, an Easy Pass bill, then they're gonna more people be on the train.
Just getting into the city, it's insane. Both are expensive at this point.
Others, like rideshare drivers and small business owners, say they have no alternative.
Especially if you own a business, very tough. All the prices are going to go up for everything. It's going to make things a lot harder.
And for those taking public transportation, those prices are going up too. Path fares will increase by a quarter from $2.75 to $3 beginning on Sunday, January 12th. Reporting live from Jersey City, Christina Fan, CBS News, New York.
All right, Christina, thank you. MTA officials hope congestion pricing will steer commuters away from, steer commuters to the subway system, but some are taking even more drastic measures. Natalie Duddridge live on the Upper West Side, where she spoke to some people who are completely overhauling their routines. Natalie?
Yes, Chris, that's right. We're absolutely feeling the impact here at West 60th, where we've been speaking to commuters both here at the Columbus Circle Station subway and also here where the new toll was set up. Now, some people tell us they've made these big changes that include leaving their cars at home, taking transit to work for the first time just to avoid those tolls.
When the congestion pricing first started coming, I was like, I'm going to have to move back to New York.
Chris Nunez tells us he took drastic measures to prepare for congestion pricing. First, he moved from New Jersey to the Bronx, then got rid of his car to avoid paying the new daily $9 toll.
Sold the car, taking the train full time.
But he already has reservations about the subway system.
It's not safe. Police needs to do a better job at, walking up and down the platform.
This commuter from Brooklyn says it's the first day he's taking the train instead of driving to his job within the congestion pricing zone. Today is day one of you trying this?
Today's day one.
Did you have to wake up earlier?
Earlier, yeah.
How much?
Less sleep, like half hour earlier.
He says it's inconvenient, but he's trying to avoid paying almost $200 extra per month.
Now I have to take the train, yeah. It's too expensive. With all the stuff going on in the trains and stuff, who wants to take the train?
Not everyone is complaining, though. Some riders believe congestion pricing is a step toward a greener and more efficient city.
Glad it's finally here.
Okay, and tell me why.
I think it will make life better for everybody. We'll make the air cleaner. We'll make ambulance service quicker. It will make delivery service quicker.
Couldn't be happier. Congestion pricing is needed. Midtown is constantly congested. Emergency vehicles can't get to where they need to go. And truly, the mass transit system really needs the funding.
But many longtime subway riders remain skeptical.
Somehow, I don't believe that it will help the city at all.
Now, Chris, anecdotally, traffic has felt lighter here. We've been driving around for the last several hours between Midtown and the Upper West Side. That could be because of the snow. It could also be because it's the Monday after the holiday. Maybe some people still aren't back to work, or it could be congestion pricing already in effect. But of course, that could take weeks or months before we really see what this looks like. On the Upper West Side, Natalie Duddridge, CBS News, New York.
Okay, Natalie, thank you. Stay with CBS News New York for continuing coverage on congestion pricing. On our website, you can find out if you qualify for any exemptions under the tolling plan and how to apply. That's at cbsnewyork.com. It is